Welcome back to our video series on palette controls. In addition to input, selection, and group controls, Fravo offers 9 other miscellaneous controls that allow you to further customize your forms and workflows. The message control is a read-only control that allows you to add rich text to your form, but has a lot of other interesting uses as well. Let's take a closer look. Drag a message control to your form and take a look at its properties. There is a message property where you can type in plain text and use HTML tags to format that text. However, if you toggle rich text to on, you will see the message property change to a link. When you click Edit with Rich Text Editor, a pop-up appears with an editing toolbar allowing you to make color and style changes to your message, add an image or link, and more. You can switch back to HTML at any time. Next, notice the message type, which is defaulted to the speech bubble icon. You can change this to another built-in message type, or remove that formatting altogether. One common use for the message control is to set a user-friendly error message, in case the submit button is clicked but there are invalid controls, such as empty required controls, in the form. Set your message type to error, and add the special CSS class fSubmitError. Type in your desired message. Now, if the user attempts to submit the form without completing it correctly, the error message will appear. As soon as all the controls in the form become valid, the error message disappears. Another common use for the message control is a spacer to rearrange other controls. Let's say I want this grand total control to appear on the right side of the canvas, just under the subtotal column of the table. Add a message control to the left of the grand total. Clear the message property, and set the message type to none, making the control invisible. Now, set the width to take up the remaining width of the canvas. You can also use a message control to embed a PDF or video, or to add client-side custom JavaScript to your form, which you can learn more about in our documentation. The link control allows you to add a clickable URL link to your form. Simply add your link in the href property and customize the label. When the user clicks the link, it will open in a separate browser tab. The trigger control displays a clickable button that can trigger some event set up in your business rules, such as a search or set a date timestamp. We have several rule examples in our documentation utilizing the trigger control. The upload control allows users to upload files as attachments in your form and workflow. Notice that you can make this control required by setting the min number of files to be uploaded to 1 or more, and you can also set a maximum number of files and a maximum file size for each. By default, the files uploaded will retain their own file name. However, you can customize the file name with static text or templates using runtime form data. You can also restrict the file types. For example, perhaps you only want to allow PDF uploads. If Enable Camera is checked, users on smartphones or tablets will be able to take a photo with their device and upload that image. In the Group Controls video, we discussed authenticated signatures on section controls. However, there may be times when you want someone who is not a Fravo user to sign a form, such as a client who needs to approve a purchase order. The signature control is designed for this case and allows any user to click to sign using their mouse or touchscreen device. One common scenario is to add a signature control and a date control to the bottom of a section, and then use the visual rule builder to create simple logic that if the signature is filled, set the date to the function today. The Form Viewer control is designed to be used with Fravo's PDF mapping feature. Once you have uploaded a PDF and mapped form data to it, you may want your users to have the opportunity to preview the mapped PDF right within your form. Add a Form Viewer control to the form and select the mapped PDF in the form property. Customize the label. Now, your users can click a button to open their mapped PDF in a new browser window, where they can check for accuracy, save, or print it. The image control lets you display an image, such as a logo, on your form. Drag and drop the image control to your canvas. Select a file to upload and click Upload Image. Adjust the width to arrange the image on your form. The Submit control adds a new button to your form that when clicked will submit the form. By default, new forms already contain a single Submit button, labeled Submit. However, if you have deleted the default Submit button and later want to add it back, you can do so using this palette control. Notice the Submit buttons can only be added to the bottom of the form in a special drag and drop area. It is rare to need an additional Submit button. Finally, we'll look at a PageBreak control. This control adds tablet and mobile view page breaks to prevent users from having long forms to scroll through on these devices. When you drag and drop the PageBreak control to the canvas, you can specify if the break is for phone, tablet, or both. By default, you will see these breaks in Design View, though they are invisible to the user. Some designers prefer to declutter their Design View by hiding the page breaks. You can test the form to see how tablet and phone users will experience the page breaks. It is important to note that the PageBreak control is only for phone and tablet use mode and does not impact the PDF snapshot of the form. To add page breaks to the printable PDF, use the special CSS class, fPageBreak, on the controls you want to push to the top of the next page. More info about customizing the print view can be found in our documentation. Thank you so much for watching our series on palette controls.